Welcome to Podpinions, where the world's on fire, and we show up like it's a backyard barbecue. Politicians roasted, woke trends torched, common sense, we've got you covered.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Podpinions.
I'm Rich.
And I'm Bruce. And we are back again to see what's going on this past news cycle.
What hasn't happened? It's too much.
Yes.
Way too much. Like Adam Schiff.
Oh, shifty shift.
That's right. Well, Trump, well, you know the deal, right? I mean, Schiff started this whole Russian collusion thing back in 2015.
Right.
So it has been disproven multiple times, and he's still, on his kick about Russia and all kinds of. He's out to get Trump, and Trump can't stand him. So they're at war with each other.
He's beating a horse that's already dead.
Right.
Over and over.
And it's just the guy. He's just useless. Anyhow, he is now being investigated for mortgage fraud. So the Department of Justice is now looking at it, and the person that brought this to the Department of Justice was actually Fannie Mae, the lender. Wasn't even Trump. It was like Fannie Mae, because this guy, he had his house in California, and then he had this house in Maryland that he's living in while he's in D.C. So,
but he's a congressman in
correct.
California, right? Okay.
So his primary residence has to be California, not Maryland.
Right.
But he claimed the Maryland house, I guess, as a primary resident. Why? Because interest rates are lower for your primary residence.
Okay.
Right. So, and it started with the fraud began with the refinancing of his Maryland property in 2009. Which means he's been in office a long time, way too long, if you ask me. Term limits. But that's never going to happen. Why? Because these bozos have to vote for the term limits, and they're never going to, limit themselves.
Right. So
anyhow.
Not only term limits, not only term limits for them, but also the behind-the-scenes staff that have been there for
forever.
Decades.
Right.
Decades.
The career staffers.
Right.
So, but anyhow, so the fraud began when he started refinancing this house in 2009. And according to what I've read, the Federal Housing Financing Authority.
So,
what?
Isn't Fannie Mae supposed to be for helping people with no money get mortgages?
I'm guessing.
Wasn't that Fannie Mae and
so
something?
It was actually the Federal Housing Finance Agency, which oversees Fannie Mae, sent a criminal referral to the Justice Department referring further investigation. So, the guy from the Fannie Mae lending, he said that. Schiff could actually face criminal count for each time he paid his mortgage. So a monthly mortgage bill, right, from 2009 to 2020, every month, that would be another charge.
Wow.
We're talking serious doo-doo here.
That's pretty funny.
It's very funny. I mean, I don't think anything's going to happen, but
we'll see. I
do find it amusing.
I'm sure if there was an R in the front of the party, they'd be all over it. So we'll have to see what happens with the Democrat.
Well, it just couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's just getting caught up in all this nonsense.
You think him and maybe Tish was collaborating with their mortgage?
Oh, what's happening with her with the mortgage?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that.
That's another
really.
one. We were discussing this.
Yes.
You hear about stuff in the news, and then all of a sudden, poof, it's gone.
Gone.
So we did a little bit of research here, and we came up with some stuff. We're going to go over it. But so this Tish James thing, she got in some deep
it was
trouble.
The same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Well, no, she was saying her father, what was it? something with her dad with the
Well,
mortgage.
it was. I think she put him as her husband or something like that. But it was also her residency.
Correct.
She had to be a.
So
New
she's
York
in trouble. But
resident.
the story just went away.
Right. And why?
I don't know.
That's,
Who is prosecuting or who's investigating that is the question.
who's investigating? Where are they at with the investigation? And
Nothing. We
So-
have not heard a thing.
Nope.
So one of the things that has just kind of gone away, and we heard about it like all the time, acid rain.
acid rain.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
What happened to that? Did it just go away?
Yeah, I guess so. It's not in the news, so must have.
Well, it was huge back in the 70s.
Yes.
Huge.
Right.
And through the early 90s. So the rain was acidic and damaged fertile areas, among other things. But there was like all this research done, and you heard about, it was like on TV all the time.
Right,
Acid
right.
rain, acid rain,
Right.
acid rain.
Was the
And-
aerosol cans, and
Yeah, and the ozone
spray
layer and
cans.
like all this
Yep,
stuff.
was burning
and,
a hole in the ozone layer, and
and all of a sudden, poof.
magic.
I guess we don't have acid rain anymore.
I guess not. I haven't heard anything about that. I mean, other than the new.
It was sulfur dioxide is what caused it, in sulfur dioxide emissions. So it was like from factories and supposedly that kind of stuff. And I'm
Right.
assuming also from cars and trucks.
Yeah, and one of the big things was the coal-fired furnaces and stuff like that. But here, where we're at, that's how we get our electricity is
Right. And how many
coal-fired furnaces.
Okay, when you
supply
drive
the
through
electric.
this is my podpinion. When you drive through the Delaware Water Gap from New Jersey into Pennsylvania, it's like driving into a 1950s black and white movie.
Mm-hmm.
People still burn coal to heat their house. They still burn wood to heat their house. And I don't quite get that. When you can just flip a switch and either have electric or, gas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the wood burning thing. And it's,
Well, to me,
it's way too much work.
for me, I mean, there's no heat like a open fire.
But no, of course not. But
It doesn't.
But we're talking about these huge like furnaces outside that burn wood. You can put like
Right.
logs this big around in them,
Right.
and they'll burn for days.
Right. But again, it's what you prefer. If you prefer, I guess, going mainstream and supporting all the big companies that are supplying electric and that sort of thing, I guess maybe that's just a way of kind of sticking it to them.
I guess, but it's a lot of work.
Oh no, it is. It is a lot of work.
I mean, people start collecting wood like in June.
Oh yeah, it's
They go all summer and then stack it.
splitting it. Well, first you gotta collect it, and then you gotta let it dry. Then you gotta split it, and then you gotta stack it. And before you split it, you gotta cut it into lengths that are gonna work for your stove. And but there is no other heat like wood or even coal-fired stove. It's
Just way too much work. for
warms
this
you
guy.
to the bone.
It does.
Yeah.
But so anyhow, that's the acid rain
Yep.
thing. And it just went away.
Yeah.
And just interesting.
Yeah. And
Another
it
thing-
would be interesting at what point did they stop declaring it the national emergency, basically.
According
'cause
to
it
this,
was-
it says positive news doesn't sell. So because that was, a bad story, they ran with it for like years.
and
it
then
was
just ran its course and went to the next.
fizzled out.
Okay. Which makes sense, I guess. You don't watch the news it's like watching not the diehard fans, but the Sunday fans that watch the NASCAR. They just want to see the crashes and not the
Good
race.
point.
You know what I mean? So, what are you going to watch?
Sitting there watching them drive 500 miles in a left turn.
Yes, right.
Just one big 500-mile left
Yep.
turn. And then the other thing was stuff that just went away, toys in cereal boxes.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for a while there, they degraded it to like those stick-on tattoos. Or,
Yeah, that's cheesy.
Yeah.
I mean, even Cracker Jack's box.
Right.
They had
Right.
you had the little prize.
Yeah.
So why did that stop? Does
Yeah.
anybody know? Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
And when did it stop?
Right.
It just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
Like nobody ever talked
That's
about
true.
it again.
Then they had the growing up, that was the coolest thing about the
About
cereal boxes.
Yeah,
You get the
absolutely.
prize
And then you had the stuff on the back where
back,
you
right.
cut out the little coupon and
Yeah.
you fill it out and you mail it in.
Yeah.
You get some.
Plus, they had puzzles and different
All
things
kinds
on the
of
back
stuff.
of the. Yeah,
I miss those days.
I do too.
What else? What else? It had? Oh, water beds. We're talking about water beds. For those of you who don't know,
the waterbed.
back in the day, in the like 70s, late 60s, early 70s, I guess up through the 80s, right? Water beds were like the big thing. And it was a big mattress, like a big bladder, and you get your garden hose and you fill it up, and that's your mattress.
Right.
It was just, and it would.
Depended on the amount of baffles, it was basically like foam
You
or
could
something
get
that was
seasick on
inside.
these things.
It was how much of the waves would create. So yeah, I had one.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, I had it
Oof.
for quite a while.
Did you ever get leaks?
Maybe one, but they had that little patch kit. I think
'Cause I know somebody who actually
I had a dog, and
That's what
he
happened.
jumped up on the bed and
got a
got a
nail in it or
little
something.
it wasn't really a hole. It was just a seepage.
Well, this guy had the whole mattress
Okay.
like, psh,
Right.
gone.
Was it
Well,
really?
He wasn't home, and the dog, I guess, got on the
Okay.
bed.
Right. But what did happen to me, they have a heater
Right.
that you put underneath. And it burnt out or something. I got a new one. And I don't remember exactly what happened if I didn't turn it on, or I believe I put it in one of those plugs. You know, you had the two
Oops.
plugs that you got to switch the light switch. I think I put it in the wrong one. Didn't think anything of it. I was tired. I worked I don't know how many hours a day, and I went to bed. I woke up the next morning
Freezing?
freezing, and then I had I couldn't move my arms. It was so painful to bring my
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah, like my shoulders, my joints were
From a cold
so
mattress?
stiff.
Just from laying on a cold waterbed mattress?
Yes.
Wow.
And I went to the doctor. He's like, well, you got a cold in your joints, and he says, you just got to let it work out. But I was walking around like trying to, I could move my elbows, but I couldn't move my. So, hey, have you ever had a waterbed incident, something like that?
Put it in
A
the
funny
comments.
story? Put it in the comments.
Wow. I never had one.
Yeah.
Because there's too much motion,
Yeah, well, I had the ones with the baffles in there, so it wasn't that bad. It was kind of nice because it did mold to you. You know what I mean? It wasn't like stiff or anything like that.
Right.
It kind of contoured to your body. So,
And the American chestnut tree
oh yeah,
just vanished.
yep.
And what happened was
Well, that's all this barnwood and stuff. That was all made out of the
chestnut.
chestnut. Yeah.
What happened was a blight that they think came from Asia, from the Chinese chestnut trees.
Mm-hmm.
And this blight came over, and it started in New York, and it just spread like across the country and wiped out all the chestnut trees. However, the roots actually stayed alive. And you get these little sprouts, and the sprouts, they'd start growing, and they get to a certain height and then just die off. So now, according to the Penn State Extension, I believe, I think it's that, University of Pennsylvania or Penn State? No, it's Penn State Extension.
Okay.
They're trying to bring the chestnut back, the American chestnut, and they're trying to use like roots that are still alive to, I don't know, they're trying to breed it with something else, but through the American chestnut to get it to come back. And then there's another experiment where they're taking the American chestnut roots and grafting Chinese chestnuts onto them. And I believe those are the ones you can actually buy now. So it's a
hybrid.
Hybrid.
Okay.
But still, it's really kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because they, hundreds and hundreds of years old.
Oh yeah, and it was resistant to all kinds
Everything,
of stuff,
except
for this blight. Yeah,
this Asian blight.
Asian blight.
Same from the same people who gave us COVID. Hey,
Gotta love it.
it.
That was a bat. Come on now.
It was a bat.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. A bat. Bat my butt. Came from a lab.
Yes. Right. That's what they're. That was all poo-pooed. Remember all the.
Everything got swept under the carpet.
Well, it was taken down. You talked about that on social media. You got blocked and banned and everything else.
Oh man, I actually had my Facebook thing like shut down.
Right.
Complete. You can't even find it now.
Right.
Gone. I had to start a whole new account.
You couldn't say anything about that. A lab or
it was unbelievable.
Some kind of theory other than the bat theory, and so that goes back to what we said last podcast was talking about famous people. You can't make eye contact. You can't say this. You can't say that. Well, that's what happens when you're in charge of the government or in charge of a company or in charge of the social media, and you don't want people to talk. Just shut them down. And then they can do whatever they want.
I know a whole bunch of people, they lost their Facebook profiles because of that.
Right.
Our
country was in a bad spot then. It was really bad. If you sit back,
during COVID,
just that period of time of not being able to talk about anything, like you were basically ostracized for thinking anything other than, the borders closed when it was open, the pandemic theories, the vaccine theories, talking against anything like that. It just got shut down and
it was crazy.
Smacked around.
My favorite was the stupid arrows on the floor in the supermarket.
Oh, jeez.
And I used to go the opposite way just to piss them off and not wear a mask. But
I told you the story. I sat in a parking lot and counted the amount of people coming. Now, everything was shut down except the major brands, big department stores, big box stores, and food stores. And sat there and counted the number of people going in and coming out that either had the mask halfway down or off, or
my favorite was the one where the mask was like here,
right,
and the nose was sticking
right.
out.
It was right here, and they're talking, and they go up, and then nose was still out. And I always thought, why is this place still open? I mean, everybody should be sick and it should be abandoned because that was the only place open. That's where the whole town was going to, because everything else was closed.
Do you remember the lines outside of some of these stores?
Oh,
to
yeah.
get in?
Right. And even then it was 6 feet and it wrapped up around.
Well, that whole 6 feet thing was just a joke.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The one that really cracked me up, and it still to this day makes me laugh, is you got the actual regulation was you had to, at these stores, you had to have plexiglass
right
in front of the register.
Mm-hmm.
A piece of plexiglass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they gave you dimensions, how
right,
big it had to be. So how is it the virus couldn't go around it, under it, over
right.
it?
Or be on the card or the keypad that you were pressing, or slipping the money under the little gap there to scrape your knuckles.
The whole thing was just such bullshit. Pardon my language,
but think back. Just think back a couple of years. How this country was transformed into. I don't even know where it was. It was
scary.
Yeah, It was like an alien planet. And it was all, when you really stop and think in common sense about just the common cold or the flu or whatever, everybody should have been sick and
Dead.
dying. Yeah.
Right.
Going into these
I mean, people
places.
did die.
Of course. No, and don't get me wrong. It was
Because I know several
it
people
was
that
bad.
did.
I have a family member that's still going through that. But to go to those extremes,
And nobody talks about it
and nobody talks about it anymore, because I think it is an embarrassment. I do. I think it's the truth is coming out, slow but sure, and I think it's just embarrassing for some people to actually admit that they were taken by it. You know what I mean?
Here we go again. But why didn't you saw through it, I saw through it, a whole bunch of people. So even my doctor saw through it.
Mm-hmm.
And why were there certain people that just looked at it and said, you know what, this is bullshit? And then there's other people that like went hook, line, and I'm still seeing people wearing masks in the car by themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a lady in my development. Now we live in the middle of nowhere, right? So it's in the woods. I mean, there's roads and stuff. And this lady walks her kid in a stroller, and she's wearing a mask outside in the woods. Why?
Right. I don't have an answer for it, other than, again, going back to the small amount of the population that actually affects change. It's not the majority. It's not the outliers. It's the small amount of people that kind of get together and say, this is where we're going. And
I still
it
think
can go good or bad. And at that point, it was a small majority of professionals and scientists. And
all right, remember Scarf Lady? I forget her name.
Yes.
She was always with Fauci at the White House with these briefings.
Yeah,
She wore a
Burke, I think
scarf.
her last name. Burke, I think.
What
was
happened to
her
her?
last name.
Poof, gone.
Right.
Disappeared.
Yep. Must have been a sale on scarf somewhere. She's probably.
Well, we were talking about this earlier, and I just started thinking about all these things that were like super hot topics, and then poof, gone.
And, I believe there was, like I say, a small group that kind of controlled it, and it expanded from there, herd mentality. But there was definitely people that were drawn into it that were really just concerned, and we're looking out for the best.
No, that's different. I'm talking about the sheer panic.
No. Yeah, and it was definitely projected pretty well, like a script almost.
I'm wondering,
everybody kind of lockstepped into the same narrative, and
I'm wondering if it was one big huge experiment.
Well, it could have been. Yeah, you never know. Will we ever know?
Probably not.
Maybe not. You can just kind of surmise what happened, and whether we'll really get to the bottom of it, we don't know. But time will tell, I guess.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the other stuff, hot news stories, and then they just poof vanished. Was the Clinton administration funded a nationwide fiber optic cable. Do you remember this? Do you guys remember this?
Yes.
All right.
Now that
And
you
then
mention
all of
it.
a sudden, gone. So the cable companies took the money from the government and never produced anything, and like nothing happened. It's just like went away. So yeah, give me your billions of dollars,
Right.
and then
And we don't even know if they bought the cable or
nothing.
right.
Gone.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, but I mean that was like super hot news,
Yeah.
and then just poof.
Right. Yeah, that was I know Fios and all that is a fiber optic. That was supposed
It was
to
huge,
be the
and then
biggest,
just gone.
right? Remember those lamps they made out of the
Oh yeah, I do. It was
little
like,
tips, yeah, and that was fiber optic. You know?
those were kind of
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Very very lava lamp.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember lava lamps?
Lava lamps. Yeah, where'd
Where'd
they
they
go?
Actually, I saw there's a store that's selling them again. I forget where I saw
there?
them.
Yeah.
I think it's the retro thing.
Well,
what I want, a
is there anything like a Spencer's around anymore? I mean, that was
Actually,
the biggest,
there is. I was just in one. Where was it? I was I just was in one.
Okay.
And it was a big store too. Where the heck was it? Oh, at the outlet mall.
Oh, okay.
They have a Spencer's in there.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have to check that out. I haven't been to one of them in forever.
They still had the same like logo.
No kidding.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
go in just because.
Yeah.
But yet they have lava lamps.
Okay. Yeah. In the black light room, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Another big story, over 800 tons of dead sea life, including dolphins, washed up on the beach in Tampa, Florida. This is years ago, right? What happened?
Right.
Nothing.
No determination, nothing.
No, but this and it was from a fertilizer plant spill.
Oh,
right?
yes. Now I do remember
Right.
something like that.
And
but
then
it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole story just went away.
Right.
And why is that? Who makes that determination? Because it's not just one news outlet doing that. It's all of them.
No, right.
I mean, does a memo go out to all the news outlets?
Well,
that
it must. It's run its course, and it's not as impactful as the next big story. So they got to keep everybody glued to the news cycle. So I guess that's the whole. It's marketing, right?
Right.
That's all it is.
I guess.
It's not.
Here's another one. A bunch of nukes went missing from the Department of Defense.
I do remember that. Yes.
Like, how do you lose a nuke?
Right.
They just disappeared.
The questions was how do you lose a nuke?
Right. And there was not one. There was like several.
Right.
And they still haven't been recovered, and nobody talks about it ever.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Is that what I don't know.
Who's got them?
Right. Exactly.
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, what if it got into the wrong hands? I mean, it could be super dangerous.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. And as long as they know how to use it or could use it. The scariest part is the way technology is these days with AI and everything. I don't know. I don't know.
AI scares me.
I don't know.
I don't think we're ready for it yet.
No. And that's the problem. I was just thinking about this the other day. It's like I was talking with somebody and using AI for different things, and it's like you ask it to provide, I don't know, even if you're on social media or something, just a quick questionnaire or something, those little click yes or no. If you ask it to do that, it'll write the coding like that. I mean, it's...
Yeah, but is it correct?
Yeah. I mean, you have to walk it along sometimes where you want to, once they click the button, where's it going to go? How to aggregate the results, but it'll do it all. You may have to walk it through. So at what point is it going to be able to create the formula for a nuclear weapon or something like that? It's if there's no throttle to keep it in check. And I mean, there's already stories about out there that they're testing these AI engines, and they're asking it specific things,
And it's fighting
lying.
back. Yeah.
It's like lying to stay in existence. So, I mean, at what point is it, gonna be
2001,
bad actors using it?
2001,
Yeah,
Space Odyssey.
yeah.
Hal.
Now, I've also thought it can be used for good. Like if you input all the data for cancer, for instance, and if it can go through all the data and figure out a way to cure cancer, I mean, has anybody tried that?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
That I would have no problem with.
Right. But if it can do that, just say it could, then what's the limitations of it?
There isn't any.
So
And then it could be used for evil.
yes, and that's the problem. Is at
Then we have
what
a
point if it's trying to sustain itself, then if it's used as if it's basically lied to, saying this is best, we have to create we have to wipe out this part of the planet because of we have to secure your existence, for instance, to the AI. I mean, what's stopping it?
Batman.
Yeah, right.
New Batman episode. That's it.
Superdog.
That's right. Superdog. What happened to Superdog? I love Superdog.
That was just I just was reading that there's a new Superman movie or something. I think it has a Superdog
really?
in there. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking the cartoon. You remember?
Yeah. But I saw
whose voice was?
I don't remember that.
Okay,
Remember
that's
the
going to be put it in the comments.
Put it in the
if you
comments.
know.
Yeah.
I know the answer.
Yeah.
So
right.
put it in the comments.
It was like those movies we couldn't remember the name of. The comments were put down there. Yep.
What else? Oh, Universal Music, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had a huge fire in 2008.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it was actually June 1st, 2008. It destroyed anywhere between 120,000 and 175,000 recording masters.
Mm.
So there's music that was just completely lost because of that.
Right.
Unless somebody had, the album and then they could make a copy of it. That's sad.
Right.
That's really sad.
Yep. Yeah, that's all history. That's all, and you can never you can redo it, but it's not the original.
Not the same.
No.
Right. Actually, there's a bunch of places, not just that, but Winchester, the firearms company,
Mm-hmm.
they had a fire and they lost all their records between this big, huge chunk of time,
Mm-hmm.
And there's all the Winchester records went to the Cody Museum in Cody, Wyoming, which if you've never been there, it's fascinating. I mean, really, really fascinating museum. But they have all the Winchester records, manufacturing records. So you could, let's say you have an old Winchester lever gun. It was made in the 1800s. You send them the serial number, and they can give you a letter telling you when it was made, who made it at the factory, where it was shipped to, how many were in the shipment. It's really kind of cool.
Wow. Yeah.
Colt does the same thing, too. But they had a fire somewhere, and there's this period of time that just doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Which is sad.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Really, really sad.
Yep.
What else just went away?
And that's where technology is good, because
Yeah, you can save that.
save that record, but
Well, I'm sure they scanned they're scanning stuff now, but
right. But I'm saying, that yin and the yang, the good and the bad on technology, it's like,
I'm too old school. It's like I don't like change. I don't.
Yeah.
And
See, I'm kind of the opposite. I do like change. I do like new stuff.
I
do
like new stuff too, but some of it creeps me out.
Oh
like
no!
the AI
Listen,
thing.
this AI thing this freaks me out. Really freaks me out. It does.
I mean, I can see the good in it, but I
Yeah.
can also see the bad in it.
Oh,
Or
absolutely.
for example, there's an AI music program. It's like you just have it compose for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just messing around with this thing, and somebody told me about it. It's like, oh, can't. So I just typed like gibberish lyrics in. It wrote a tune complete with horns, and I mean it was like a symphony orchestra with like all these singers.
Right. Right.
It sounded like a finished master. Yeah, I mean it was really
Right.
It creeped me out.
Right. And
Because it's taking away the
well, that's the
creative
thing.
process.
That's the thing too. It's like all these people that dedicated their lives to coding, for instance, the phones or the computers or
DOS.
that's all going to go away.
DOS.
Like that part of the workforce is going to be no more eventually, because all you're going to have to do is ask it, and it's going to do it, and it's quick. I mean, it's not, it's not going to take 6 months, and some of the things that you want it to do, like I said, you have to do in steps, because what it interprets you and what you envision
Could be two different
things. And you don't want to go too far, because it'll create something that
you don't want. That
But
could be bad.
if you can go step by step by step by step, I mean, it's amazing, but it's scary.
Really scary.
And I don't know any other invention in modern day that's probably terrifying and good at the same time as AI. I mean, I can't even imagine, when the locomotive was invented and the railroad. I mean, that overtook the horse and buggy,
yeah.
For long, traveling, and then the automobile. But I don't know that it had. I mean, there was a part of history that's being stopped, the horse, the buggy, plowing, all the different things that was done with a horse or ox or, and there was a sad part or a resistance for going forward with it, but I don't know that it would be terrifying at that time.
Well,
you know what I mean?
There either, though.
Right. I don't know. Well, obviously, you hear stories of the first vehicle to come into a town that didn't even know, freaked everybody out. But I don't know that it couldn't go on its own.
Right.
Whereas this has the possibility
of doing it by
itself. If the right technology gets into a robot or something like that can function on its own and exist.
HAL from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah, right. I mean, there was that movie I, Robot.
That one too.
Yeah,
right.
At what point is it going to want to experience emotion?
Westworld. Remember the robots in Westworld?
Yeah, yeah. Then there's Lost in Space. Yes, Will Robinson.
Oh, man.
I just saw an episode, I don't know, it was a couple years ago. I just happened to be going through, it was the, you go on the apps and stuff, and they have the old shows.
Go on the
and there
interwebs.
was,
Thank you, Al Gore.
Thank you, Al Gore. And they had like a Lost in Space marathon or something like that.
Oh,
it was
cool.
like, yeah.
I loved that show.
Oh, I did too.
I absolutely loved it. So now another thing, hot story, was, do you remember right before COVID, all the protests in Hong Kong?
Oh, yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
Big news stories.
Yeah, because
Big.
that was going back to after the, what was it, I forget how many years, 99 years or something, it reverted back to
Right.
Chinese territory.
Correct. So they had all these protests in Hong Kong. Then COVID hit. Poof.
Nothing.
Story's gone.
Right, nobody ever talks about Hong Kong anymore,
No.
ever.
Nope.
Yep,
Gone.
that's true.
Then what was the other one? The U.S. government. This is a big one. This was such a huge story, I will never forget this, and it just got dwarfed. The government, our government, admitted it couldn't account for $2.3 trillion of the budget on September 10th, 2001.
Right.
What happened the next day?
That's right. That's right.
What happened the
I
next
do
day?
remember that now. Yeah, and it
Right?
just
Gone.
Right?
9/11 happened, and that whole thing just
It
went
was
away.
a billion. It was trillions.
Trillion.
Yeah.
Yeah, $2.3 trillion got lost, and 9/11 happened the next day.
Right.
So
That's
where to
pretty-
go?
Yeah.
Where's our Congress people?
Right. And it's not necessarily a theory. Did 9/11 happen to cover this up or anything? It's just like, where did it go?
Yeah, where'd the story go?
Where'd the story
Gone.
go?
Poof.
Right.
9/11 dwarfed it.
Right.
So where are our representatives to find that money? Because it's still missing,
Right.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. Good
So call your
question.
congressman
And ask
and
them.
ask them about it.
Right.
Some of them probably wouldn't even know that happened because they weren't in
They
office.
weren't in office, right.
Although the Nancy Pelosi's would.
Oh, they would, yeah. Joe Biden would.
Yeah.
He wouldn't
Well, he
remember.
wouldn't And Bernie Sanders. I mean, all those guys
Right.
were there.
Yeah.
What else happened? Let's see here. Remember the Malaysia Airlines flight that disappeared?
Yeah.
Poof, gone.
Yeah.
Right? They never found it.
Right.
And the story just went away.
Right.
How do you just lose an airline?
And it just goes away.
Right.
Yep.
This is stuff we were talking about earlier. It's like these news stories that were so hot and then just
Yep.
disappeared.
Gets
Swept
kinda
under the rug.
swept under the rug in a box in the storage closet and gone.
It's unbelievable.
Yep.
Let's see, what else? Remember the Spanish flu outbreak?
Yep. Yep.
And then COVID happened,
And that
just
crushed it.
went away.
Right.
Or maybe the COVID was really the
Right.
Spanish flu.
It could have been, I guess. Yeah, right.
Or was it? No, that was a China flu.
Well, I mean,
But yeah, there was like this world devastating Spanish flu outbreak, and then COVID happened,
and then everything got swept under the rug
Rug
for
again.
that.
and then the regular flu didn't happen for like what,
Oh
3
yeah,
years?
right. I don't even see numbers of the flu anymore.
No, not
That
it's
used
always-
to-
oh,
every
it's
fall.
COVID. It's COVID
Right. Every fall was
flu season.
flu season. And you get the numbers of deaths and all this stuff, and you don't see that anymore.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Just went away,
Yep.
which I find interesting.
Yeah. It's makes you go,
And I've asked my doctor about it because inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, because you would think the medical field still sees it.
You would think.
You would think even with the pandemic, COVID, they would still have Spanish flu victims or
You would think.
cases.
Nobody talks about it. He goes, no, we haven't seen one of those in years. Which I
Pretty
find
crazy.
hard to believe.
Yeah.
And do you see the drug company over here, which is the largest manufacturer of flu vaccines on the planet? They never talk about Spanish flu.
Right. Yep. I don't know. I don't know.
So if anybody knows,
Yeah,
in the
put it in the
comments.
comments. It's good questions.
There were Australian wildfires right before COVID. I mean, big ones, like the same thing that happened in L.A. and in Hawaii happened in Australia. COVID hit, nothing. Whatever happened?
Yep. Makes you wonder.
Right. I mean, this is just stuff to think about.
Yeah. Right. And why does it just disappear?
Exactly. Where are the news reporters?
Right. Investigative news reporters.
Yeah, but they don't exist anymore.
Well, that's the reason.
I mean, they just don't.
Yeah.
And the good ones,
And that's
most of
the
them
thing
retired.
too. It's like you used to have people out in the field actually doing a a segment of them going out and talking to people, and now they just sit in front of the desk and read a monitor.
Or the ones that
You know?
they're just out in the field, they're just standing there with a microphone, just reading,
Right.
off a teleprompter
But
out
there's
in the field.
But there's no investigation, I guess you would say. So that's another.
No more Jimmy Olsons.
Yes, right. That's true.
No more Clark Kents.
Yep. Yep.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
We need more investigative
Well, I think
reporters.
more. There's been plenty of these people talking out there, and they do investigate stuff, and
Yeah, but there's
it's
only
there to
so
be
far you
found.
can investigate. You go on the interwebs. Thank you, Al Gore.
Thank you, Al Gore.
And you're getting filtered.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were just looking something up about, I think it was Adam Schiff or whatever it was, and I got to a certain point and then hit a wall
Right.
because
They want you to buy a subscription or
Right.
something like that. Yep.
so you can't really investigate.
Right. Right.
You can go so far and then
Mhm.
you get shut down.
Right.
Or blocked.
Right.
So
Yep.
it's just interesting. Do you remember back in 2016 when people were dressing up like clowns and scaring people? Do you remember that?
I don't really remember that.
don't?
No.
Oh my God, they were dressing up like these scary clowns and
Okay.
like hiding on people and then jumping out, and
Okay.
it was really. I mean, it was people were getting like freaked out,
Right,
completely
right,
freaked
right.
out.
I guess I do remember seeing some stuff about that. I remember seeing a clown like in the
In the bushes or something.
in the water runoff on the road. What do they call them? The little it has a grate over the
The
drain, sewer. Yeah,
drain thing.
it had like I don't remember if it was real or not, but it looked like a clown was looking out
Yeah, it was
there.
like a big thing there for a while,
Yeah.
and then poof, gone.
Gone. Right.
Like what happened?
Yeah.
Let's see. Remember the shooting in Las Vegas?
Yes. That's still comes in our conversation once in a while. Where did that go?
Where to go?
Right.
Nowhere.
No arrests. No.
Nothing. And you can't convince me that guy did it
Mm.
by himself.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's another one.
Yep.
Huge news.
Right.
And then poof,
Gone.
gone. Let's see, what else? What else we got? The Great Smog of London in the 1950s. I don't remember that. I was too young, but it killed evidently up to 12,000 people
Oh,
and
that's right.
injured thousands more.
I remember reading about that.
Right. It was a mysterious
Yeah.
pea soup fog mixed with coal smog that covered the city for days. In the fog, there was a crime wave where criminals were hidden by the fog and police couldn't, get them.
Mm.
So, but the story just went away.
They don't know where
Nope.
it came from
Nope.
or what
Nothing.
actually it was or
Nope. Just vanished.
Right.
What else we got? Let's see here. Oh, man. The Bronze Age collapse. All the Bronze Age civilizations crashed into barbarism for a few hundred years.
Mm.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't be talking about that now, but
Right.
why did that happen?
Right. Well, it's like kind of like almost where the world's been going. I mean,
Well, it's
even
all cyclical, right?
back to the pandemic. I mean, people blaming the unvaccinated for killing the world or killing
Oh,
grandma.
I got lambasted
and
because I didn't
it's
get
like
vaccinated.
it's like the witch hunt in Salem. It's the same concept except this was more widespread. Obviously,
You talking about the pandemic or that?
the Bronze Age,
Right.
Yeah, but there's a point where it's almost like a cycle. If you really kind of look at this stuff, it's like humanity gets to a point and it goes nuts and then it resets itself.
Like the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
What happened there?
And,
You know.
were we on that cycle? Did we stop it? Are we still going towards it? I don't know, but it's almost like, history repeats itself. There's a reason.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Oh, the U.S. invasion of Grenada.
Oh,
or
right.
Grenada, depending on how you want to
Right.
say it.
Yeah, that was in
That was
the
crazy.
news for like 3 days, and
And
then
then
it was
gone.
gone. Right.
It's like, what happened to that?
Right.
And I
Yeah.
know guys that were there,
Right.
that were actually deployed there in the military, and
Just was over.
it was over. It's like 3 days and done.
Yeah.
Right? It was just so weird to get
Yeah.
those students out of the medical
Yeah,
school.
yeah. That's right. I
And
forgot
now
about
what's
that.
there now?
Yeah. What's the history? What, yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll have to look that one
It's
up.
gone.
If anybody knows what's going on in Grenada
Yeah.
now, let us know.
Or if you got some stories that you've been thinking about, or always pops in your head once in a while.
Here's another one.
Write it in the comments.
This
there.
was super hot news for a month, right? Snoop Dogg changed his name to Snoop Lion
I don't even remember that.
for a whole month, and then poof, he went back to Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, huh? Snoop Lion. This I miss that. I miss that completely.
I think he did too. I mean, is that like the dumbest thing you ever heard? It's up there. It's like, wow, how could you? Wow.
Yeah, I miss that. Sorry.
Did you miss that too? Yeah. The Snoop Dogg, Snoop Lion thing? Yikes. What's his real name? It's probably like Bob.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Earl, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, man. The Miami Mall incident with aliens.
Oh, yes. I do
you remember that?
Yes. There was a lot of cops there. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know what was going on there,
There were a lot of cops.
but there was a lot of cops there.
But nobody ever talked about it. After
Right.
that. It was just poof, gone.
It's almost like you said, was the pandemic a test? That was almost like,
This.
yeah. And, not for nothing, but I always said they're leading us up to something with the aliens. I don't know what the outcome was supposed to be, or but
You mean
I
that particular incident?
no,
Or just in general?
just in general, just because from Buck Rogers to the Orson Welles,
where he freaked everybody out.
yeah,
War of
and
the Worlds.
War of the Worlds, and because that was who knows what that was.
Could
Was
you
that a
imagine?
test?
Could you imagine though listening to that on the radio, and you tuned in halfway in,
No, right. I mean, it's
thinking this was a real news report?
yeah, no, it's got to be like terrifying. It had to been. It had to been because we didn't. You can't even imagine it now.
No, 'cause
With the communication, with the text messaging, and the instant, you could text somebody in, Russia, and it's instant. But I mean, people, not even people with televisions or radios. I don't even know. I was a television.
No, it was a radio show.
Yeah, but I don't even know if televisions even started then.
I'm not sure.
But people, I would imagine, probably there were people that couldn't afford a radio or didn't have a radio, and neighbors would be telling them or something, and then they don't know what's going on.
That must have been absolutely horrific.
Yeah. Yep. It must. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a good one. But the Miami thing with the aliens,
Right.
Just,
But what happened with all the cops? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Like, where are the radio communications between the departments?
it has to still exist. I would think.
I mean, what happened there?
Will we ever know?
No, probably. I don't know. I don't know whether
And how
anybody's
come those
really
cops never came forward and said anything?
right. I don't know. Yeah, no.
Or did they get eaten by the aliens?
Yeah, it could be. They get they're on maybe Musk kidnapped them and they're on
they're on
Mars right now, starting a new
And then
world.
here's another one: the creation of the Federal Reserve Bank of America.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Nobody ever talks about the Fed,
Nope.
other than when interest rates go up.
Right.
But other than that,
There's no history talked about. I mean, most of the people think it's a government agency.
And it's not.
It's not. It's private.
Right.
That's who makes our money, right? That's who prints our money, right? It's a private entity.
Maybe not forgotten,
Right.
but nobody talks about
That's
it.
right. And that's when they went from. When did they go away from the gold standard? It was
1972, Richard Nixon.
Yep. Okay. And
That
until
was like
then,
the dumbest thing he ever did.
yeah.
You know, whatever happened? I thought Musk was going to go.
Yeah, they
into
were going to
Knox,
Fort Knox. Now you're supposed to talk
There's
to gold.
another
There's
one.
another one. Yes.
right?
Right.
Fort Knox, our gold. It's supposed to have all our gold reserves,
Mm-hmm.
and they were supposed to go in and film it live
Right.
as they were, or actually stream it live as they were
Right.
going in. Nothing.
Yeah.
What happened to
Yeah. No, that's another story. That's a big story. That's,
Huge.
Yeah.
Because we don't have
That
any
means
gold.
something. Right.
We have no gold.
Right.
I don't know where it all went, but
Mhm.
we don't have it.
Right.
You know, and Area 51.
I mean,
Trump-
I think Snoop Lionn's wearing some of it.
Snoop
but,
Lionn's wearing it, his bling. But then Trump was talking about releasing all the Area 51 aliens
Yes.
stuff, right?
Right. Where's that?
Where's that at?
Right. Well, we'll see. He's got.
I mean, that'd be the first thing
he's
I
got.
would do.
He's got 3.5 years.
Yeah,
so.
right. But if I was president, that's the first thing
It
I'd
does.
want to do.
It does seem like he's been in there like
Forever.
forever.
It's only
It's
6
months.
But that would be the first thing I'd want to do if I was president. Take me to Area 51. I want to see the
Yeah,
aliens.
yeah. Right.
I want to
Yeah.
see the spaceship
Right.
from Roswell.
Remember Independence Day, the movie?
I do.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
What else? The Boston Marathon bomber.
Mm.
The two brothers.
Yes. Now the one
one's
got
dead,
Yep.
and the other one's got like life in prison or something.
Yeah.
But nobody ever talks about it.
I don't even remember. Did he get the death penalty? Did they
I forget.
reverse it? Or
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because the whole story
It's
just went
gone.
away.
Right.
Poof, gone.
Yep.
What else? The War of the Roses.
Hmm.
That's
I
another one.
barely remember that.
Right. See?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No, probably not. That's right.
Nope.
Yep.
And then there was a tsunami in Thailand in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Completely like devastated most of
Yep.
that coast.
Yep.
And
Never heard
Whatever happened.
anything about it. Yep.
gone. You know?
Yep.
It's sad.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, when you look back, I remember growing up. That's one thing that fascinated me was you go back to in the library or different things where they had these commemorative books, or I remember the book was about that big of different news story, big news stories of the world. You just flip back
Mhm.
and go through, and yeah, that always
Now it's
intrigued
all,
me.
Now it's all digital.
Yeah, now it's and the problem with it being digital like that, it's you don't think about it, you don't think to look it up, so you're not going to do it. You know.
I used to.
Whereas-
I had a set of World Book encyclopedias when I was a kid,
Mhm.
and I would sit there for hours
yeah.
just going through the
Yep.
the World Book.
Yep.
It was really cool.
Yeah. It was very interesting.
I miss those days.
Yeah, I do too.
Because now it's just you pick
Yep.
your phone up.
Yep.
Oh, let me look this up.
Right.
And there it is.
Yep. Yep.
Usually.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so there's like all these stories,
Mhm.
news stories, and things that happened,
Just gone.
gone, poof.
Nobody even thinks about it anymore.
No,
Yep.
because it happens so fast.
Right.
Just like this week. I mean, look at what
Yeah.
everything that happened just in 2 days.
That's right. That's right. And unless we keep at it and bring it up, well, again, you know, kind of what we're doing and other people are doing. There are people out there talking about different things anyway and trying not to let it die. So we'll see what happens.
So on that note,
Yep.
we'll see you next time.
Well, have a good one. Hopefully we won't disappear.
No, we won't.
Yeah.
We're not going to go. You can't sweep us under.
That's
the rug.
right. It'll be a big bubble. All right. Have a good one.
See you.
Slam the follow button. This is Podpinions.